Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Christmas. Right? Because it's Christmas and Hanukkah on the same day.
We got Johnny awake. He fell asleep Sunday night and didn't join us after I announced that video is titled "With Johnny." He texted me 15 minutes after
I woke up at 6:59. I said divine intervention, more than likely. That's what that was. And I wasn't even sleepy. I laid down, and it was one of those rest your eyes moments. Gone.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah, I was gone. Like I took a Tylenol PM, I was gone.
Kitty cats are getting their Christmas treats.
So I have stayed up all day since yesterday because I got sleepy around 11 o'clock this morning. And I'm like, don't you do it because it'll be over. So we started making cookies and things because that's what you do on Christmas. And so there's that. And then thanks to the power of the internet, we cooked cookies, and I talked to my sister and all the nieces and stuff in Oklahoma, and we all made cookies together. So
wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Merry Christmas, Becca. We saw you in the chat.
Merry Christmas, Becca. Lucky
should have worn. She got me a shirt for Christmas. I should have wore it.
Stewie's got to put his butt up.
We got cat faces and cat faces, butt faces. Thank you, Mary Jo.
Skewie's always got to put his butt in people's faces and Lucy's face. Yeah, he's a boy. He's just that way.
Johnny,
did you get the Black Panther blanket yet, Johnny? Becca's asking.
No, I have not. And I got a chair stationed outside that I sit in and wait for the FedEx man. And you may think I'm kidding, but I do. And I sit there and I'm waiting on it. It is the prettiest blanket you've ever seen in your whole life. It's called the Panther. And when I get it, I'm going to film a whole video, 30 minutes long, of me sitting there with my big giant diamond glasses, and I'm just going to pet it. It's that tired. It is the greatest thing you ever see.
I can't wait to see it.
You can't see it.
Oh.
It's exclusive. It's only for those who were there at the moment.
Oh, okay. I did just read that Russia launched a major Christmas Day attack on Ukraine.
Oh, great.
And Zelensky calls Putin inhumane. So I didn't know about that. I just read that.
It's his nickname.
Division. He's got no soul.
Yeah.
You know, even the Germans had a ceasefire during Christmas.
And Elon Musk is suggesting cognitive testing for elected officials.
Which elected officials?
Is this before or after we test him?
Or his boss.
I bet if you plugged him in, he'd short circuit.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that mean that Trump would be tested?
Well, he himself needs a cognitive test. Elon Musk.
That's what I said.
He's offered his sperm to SpaceX employees because he wants to, eugenics, spread his sperm around. Thank you, Beatrice. So,
look at Johnny's face.
I'm not God.
Matt Gaetz. Pete, what's his face? The drunken womanizer. Elon with his 12 kids. It's like, oh my God, you just have to be gross to be in this entourage for entertainment purposes. Only YouTube.
Toxic masculinity. That's what that is.
Ew, it's just.
He thinks he's the gift to somebody, I guess. Like, who would want a baby by you other than the 15 million kids you already have? Like, knock it off, sir.
He's just not right. He's really, really not okay. He's not okay.
Jesus Christian.
We knew he wasn't okay when he started naming kids numbers and such.
And even then, he probably can't remember their names.
No. Except for the one he carries on his shoulder.
I can't.
How many baby mamas does he have? 4 or 5?
4, and he's
10 kids, don't it?
He's got a complex that he has purchased in Texas. He's trying to get them all to move there. The one that was trying to get custody dropped
Like
the
a compound.
a compound.
Just go to Waco.
Yeah,
Was his little house on the prairie?
his own little cult.
Oh my God.
And the woman who was suing him and trying to get money out of him and child support and stuff had to give it up because she ran out of funds. So she's now moving to the compound. It's like, oh my God. Ginger Lucky sticking by Matt Gaetz, her little hubby.
Ginger
I mean,
Lucky.
if you are
Married her in 21.
of the same feather, then like Stephen Miller's married.
There's hope for everybody.
I thought that was over. There's hope for everybody. I thought that was over. No?
Even if it's not, he got married at some point, which means someone had, no sense of smell and sight, that they found him attractive, they found him alluring, they found him interesting enough to have a baby with him too. So, I mean,
If it's over, she's supporting him still in tweets. So, according to several news articles I read, it said she's sticking by him.
yeah.
Lori, have you got announcements? Anything coming up this week?
I'll be on Denise Night Divinations channel tomorrow at 2:11 Eastern, 11:11 Pacific. And that'll be live. And you can post questions on her community page. I have readings available this next week. So the first week of January, I have readings available.
So your website, thewayofpositivechange.com.
thewayofpositivechange.com, and you can schedule your own reading and request how you want to meet and go for 15 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever you want to do. And I look forward to meeting you. And that's all I got.
What you got, Johnny?
Not a thing. Just some advice. Breathe on purpose.
Yeah.
Breathe in and out.
I'm going to be on with Autumn tomorrow at noon Central Time for her 5th anniversary of her going live every day.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, but I'll have to, if she goes overtime, I'm going to have to cut out because I have my guitar lesson. I'm pet sitting for my neighbor across the street. And see, we're on Becca's channel Sunday night for Petty Boots, and then New Year's Eve, we have the New Year's Eve live to fundraise for World Central Kitchen. That's always our biggest fundraiser of the year, your last chance for a tax write-off. So
yeah, and I have a question about that when at the end of the evening, please.
Okay. We'll have people coming and going from that. I've invited a bunch of readers, but not sure everybody's in town, so we'll see who all joins us.
That's going to be fun.
Well, I want to start here. It's sort of petty Christmas.
A petty Christmas.
Yeah, thanks, Jenny. Musk offering his sperm to SpaceX employees. Anybody taking him up on this?
Oh my God.
Sorry, Becca, we're making you throw up in your mouth. I saw that.
This is like, I feel like I'm channeling Becca. Okay, woman, tree, cloud. No, I'm mountain. Stop.
We just roast everybody out. I mean, everybody's going to abandon us today.
Oh, God.
Everybody's throwing up in the chat. thing.
A gross card. Where's the
Oh.
gross card?
Will any of the space, he's offering his sperm.
He didn't say if he was offering child support. He's just offering sperm.
Will any
Because
employees
he
of
wants
space
as many little Musks out there as he can. You know what? Musk stinks.
you
He's appropriately named. You know, Musk is a very sexual kind of sin. If you think about deer musk and stuff, he's appropriately named. Another freaking
Elon. Anyway, if someone does, I would be concerned if I were him, because it's not a legitimate thing. This is almost as if they would take up the offer just to experiment or to make news out of this or something like it would be a sideshow. It would not be legitimate. Even though there's supposed to be just a subset of people he's offering this to, it's not like the whole world type of thing. But I do get the Ace of Wands, and so there is an action, but I do get the Seven of Swords as well. So there's some sort of scheme or something behind that too. I'm not even sure if he really means.
Quit pulling my cards for me.
I'm not even sure if he means this. There's the Five of Cups and the Magician as well. And so he's got some sort of huge regret out of all of this that would happen. The 10 of Pentacles as well. I don't think this is a real thing. Like, I don't think he means it. But if he ever did, that's not what the reading is saying. I'm just saying that personally. But if he did, it would be a huge mistake, because somebody would manipulate this in a way that he could not control. And it would look back on him in the press some kind of way. But no.
Yeah, I'm getting it. What do you get, Lord?
I am getting that there are younger females that would take him up on this. They're young, because I got the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. But they want to sign something. But then I got, like you guys did, the Ace of Wands, and then enrichment for someone. But then it's like it just doesn't come about. It's like I can't finish the job. I can't pee in the cup. I can't spermulate in the cup or something. Back in my own self.
It's like
you can't do it.
He's not seen as balanced. So everybody is looking at this from a different perspective. Wanting children with him? No. Out in the cold. Block the boss. Someone may steal or get some sperm, but there's a strategy behind that.
Help me, geez.
There's a strategy behind it, because what I'm getting is they're going to do an action with it, which they'll then talk about. Thank you, Orchid Lily. It's like they want it for evidence, like DNA evidence. It'll come back to bite him in the butt. If
Biting sperm. Oh my God.
It's almost like I want to see if I can crossbreed an Elon with the fire ant and see what happens. It's like we wanted for something else.
Oh my God.
Then you have doped up fire ants then. Where are those ants going with all that ketamine? I don't know.
Put him on his little compound and have him in his cult.
Oh, good God.
So let's ask that. Why is he starting a compound? Is he trying to have his own little cult that he can control? Because, I mean, he carries his kid around in his head like it's a shield to block him from getting shot.
Okay.
I have the answer.
Purpose. It's only YouTube.
Why is he building a compound?
Mm-hmm. With all
Heard
this,
an answer, so I want to see what this says. I don't know who it is. King of Wands. There's someone he admires, and he's kind of mirroring this situation after that person. They had either a bunch of wives, sister wives type of things, and a bunch of kids, and a bunch of grandkids, a bunch of inbreeding type of thing. There's an opportunity, Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, he wants himself to look like the king of something or the leader of something.
I just heard Arab chic, like an Arab,
Exactly.
He wants that kind of thing. That's what I get. Yes.
Mm-hmm. He wants a harem.
Yes.
Harem.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's like looking overseas, and he wants to be able to go after women whenever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He wants a harem.
And he wants
to have strength over how their lives are structured, so they can't talk about him. It's a power play. Patriarchal society.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he wants them enslaved and working and to learn and teach a certain way.
Because it worked so well with his upbringing, right? So, what is his mom feeling about what's going on in Elon's life in 6 months? Which is kind of a backwards way of seeing what's going on in Elon's life, because she's a big supporter of his. How is his mom feeling in 6 months?
In 6 months, what is Elon's mom doing? How is she
How's she
feeling?
feeling about what's going on with Elon?
With him, okay. How will Elon's mom feel about what's going on with him in 6 months? Oops.
I don't think the fates set you up to fail, but I think that once you put in your order, as Jen has said before, when you ask the universe for something, be specific. When you put in your order for garbage, it's going to deliver that. Now, you may think, oh, I put in my order for ultimate power, but you don't need such a thing. And so when it comes back with the responsibilities of holding such a thing too. There is the 9 of Cups and the Justice, to where you would think, okay, with what looks like he's winning a court case of some kind, but everything else goes downhill. So it's almost like he's being set up to think that he's up here, and then everything falls down. You have the King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups with the Death card. Everything changes in his personal relationships. Those also go way downhill. In the word of warning is the Knight of Wands. He is going backwards. Actually, this is the card of progression. So in the warning position, this would be he's going backwards. Some sort of actions that he continues to take. And he's digging himself deeper. The Ace of Wands is a new thing. So it's like every time he does something, it gets worse and worse and worse. Then there's the 8 of Swords, to where then he can't change where he is because now he's too far gone. And then it ends in the 5 of Cups. So she feels as though he is sort of back against the wall. The world is against him, type of thing. Like, how can you be against him? And he's such a wonderful person, and this and this and this. But everything is going downhill. I don't know what she knows. But if she is the Queen of Pentacles, then she may want to either not be in this country at a certain point in the 6 months, or she may want to get her stories correct too, because there could be some questioning of motives and things. So, but it all goes downhill, and she feels bad for him with the 5 of Cups. Fingers crossed. I don't like him. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't. I really don't. So I may be a little biased. Okay. So keep that in mind.
I don't understand, Johnny. What is it you don't like?
I don't like his name. It's too short.
Alonia. What you getting, Lori?
She is sad because he's lost his status and she's stuck with him. So he used to be favored. And she's like, but, you know, I am stuck with him, but he is my kid. He's my kid. I'm stuck with him. Things change so fast, so quickly. And she's like, how can we get out of here? Where are we going? When are we leaving? What time? And who is going to ferry us across? And then they're asking for some assistance. And Pootie, I don't know if Pootie turns on him because he's opening another Tesla plant in China. And Pootie's feeling left out in the cold. I'm not sure. But they're just like, all right, let's cut and run. Let's learn how to cut and run. Let's get out. That's my outcome card.
Oh.
That's not, come here, dear.
Well, you should have left him in a hot car when you had the chance, is all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Pardon me. You know.
She's thinking about the money, the steady money she gets from him, but also that he's the emissary to the king, right? So he's working for other people, and he is strung up, crashing and burning, corruption all over the place, all this nefarious stuff, and she's sitting there like, where's my money? She's thinking about, should I return somewhere, overseas? Judgment's coming down. He may be isolated somehow, like without bail. There's a lot of illumination that people are going to see for work he did with Trump and with Putin. He's blocked from the White House, and she's just trying to look at another country that she can get on her feet again. You have a good exchange rate with the dollar?
Ooh, yeah, it's not going to be. It isn't good.
So, well, because they're talking about that they should take his citizenship away. He's got dual citizenship. Will they take his U.S. citizenship away from him?
Ever?
They're already calling out his security risk stuff. Ketamine being one of them.
Now, I did a reading on this before and got a definite yes, but I'll ask again. Let's see if anything's changed. Elon Musk have his citizenship taken.
So decision.
Yeah.
Go ahead. If you stop now, then it won't be as bad. But if you continue, and your smugness is what I have the problem with, but if you continue with the deeds that you have been doing, which I'm pretty sure he will, then there's the 10 of wands, that's burden. When you have 1 wand, you're fine. When you have 3 wands, you're still fine. When you have 6 and 7 and 8, you have now established a pattern of behavior of not being able to set a boundary and say no, or set a boundary and stop doing what you're doing, because now you have now started a routine and a repetition. And so then you have 10 and now you can't move. So he's going to continue to meddle here and then other countries, and then hook up with this person and hook up with that person. And they're all nefarious players and all these type of things, but those people never go down in the court of US law, but you will. There is the 10 of wands, the burden. Some action will be taken. There is the lawyer and the judge there too. The word of warning is judgment. And then it ends in the 9 of swords and the 7 of cups. If you stop now, it won't be as bad, but I don't think it will. So therefore, I think so. Yes.
The problem is there's no other countries that want him either because of all his meddling. What do you think, Corey?
I wouldn't want him.
Yeah.
Tails open.
Or
You pulled him all the way. Becca, come get your child.
I get that his secrets come to light. He's already dug a hole. There isn't a backhoe big enough to get him out of this. It's just too deep. And
There's not a ketamine.
No, it's going to change, and when it happens quickly. And he really thinks that he's going to be okay in the near future in these, and then it's just, again, his mother's like, when can we go? Come on, let's go. And he's like, no one's going to hurt me. And then the emperor comes and takes his everything.
Takes his little Tesla and compound and rockets. I get a yes. He's already crashing and burning right here in the middle. And, because of his support with Russia and Putin, his nefarious crap, it may be a little while, because I'm kind of getting like the legal DOJ may want to try to wrap things up and throw him in jail, for some of the stuff he's done, because they've got evidence of what he's done. So they're moving in on him and Trump. I'm getting, again, blocked from the White House. Kamala knows something about him we don't know yet. There's more to this story. But they may offer him some kind of plea deal. But hangman, it's kind of, he's
Can I ask a question?
Sacrificed.
Is he optimistic about his future? If yes, why? If no, why not?
Okay, that's a good question.
Because I kind of want to know, what is he looking at that maybe we're not looking at?
I think he's looking through a kaleidoscope.
All pretty colors. Because that's what you do when you're stoned off your butt all the time.
All right. How does he think his future looks?
Karen, in the chat, he got it illegally. He lied when he got his citizenship about his working here and stuff.
Very
so they
true.
revoke it. He has citizenship. And his brother admitted they lied to get their citizenship here. On tape, there's tapes of him saying that. As they're having a funny brother chat. I had fun watching all kinds of videos of his cyber truck spinning its wheels in snow and stuff. That truck is not built to handle bad weather.
It's a status symbol. That's it. Look what I got.
Yeah, drive it around LA where you get nice weather. Don't get up in the mountains in the snow.
I guess I'm going to say yes, because he thinks he's over the worst of it. There is the King of Swords, which would be the orange one, and the Page of Pentacles. There's some sort of agreement there. The Six of Swords, the transition, the moving into a better time, and then the Nine of Pentacles. That's where his security and where he thinks he'll be great and grand. The Six of Wands, the celebration, the person at the center of attention. The Ten of Pentacles, the optimistic future, because that's the legacy card. However, the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups says that there may be a rewrite. But again, this is just how he may feel about his in particular future. So I get that he believes it's optimistic because he thinks he's in with the king. And so we'll see.
I also get that he is optimistic, but not realistic. He does think that he can talk his way or buy his way out of anything or into anything. But what he doesn't understand is that he craves popularity. Like he craves adoration.
Oh,
Like,
he loved it when SNL had him on there. He was just.
Oh, yeah. That's why he jumps up and down and shows you his belly.
Yeah.
You know? But
that does that too, but
he is concerned. He's a little concerned about his family, about the compound and everything, but he really does feel this way. He really does feel like what Johnie said. Absolutely. But what he doesn't understand is that his popularity falls. It totally falls. And then they're just not that into you anymore. You know, then all of the gossip and the spying and the whistleblowers. Okay. And then it just, yeah. And then that's it. You're done. You're not going to get back up on that pedestal.
Yeah, he doesn't see things clearly. He lies and gossips, and he thinks he's got it inside with the king, as Johnie put, as with the leaders, collaborating with them. So he thinks everything's hunky dory, and he's ready to, grow and do new things. He thinks he's got all the right partners. Meanwhile, you're harvesting a lot of burdens and being blocked from getting where you want to go, people turning their backs on you, and he's going to get very emotional with the way people are talking about him in the future, and especially in the media.
It's going to really hurt him.
Narcissistic wound. So sorry.
It's weird the way this is going to hurt him. Yeah.
So one last question on Elon. He has built a school in Bastrop, Texas, K through 12, kindergarten through 12.
Are these all his children? The sperm?
Let's hope not. It hasn't opened yet. They haven't hired teachers or anything. So it's not known yet if this is going to be a private school or a public school. I kind of figured maybe he's going to try to indoctrinate young people like they do with the young Republicans and stuff like that. Why did he build this school?
For his sperm. For his
he thinks all the SpaceX employees are going to take him up on that, and he's going to have 1,000 kids.
They haven't been born yet. Oh my God. Why did he build the school?
That man needs to be fixed.
He wants to be like
a pair of rusty scissors.
Or is he trying to privatize schools, so they make money off the schools and then teach the kids what they want?
Oh, I can't
This
wait.
is not what the reading says. Okay, so I'm going to preface that. But it feels like this is a way to hide things, agendas and motives. I don't get money, but money too. It just looks like this is a way to hide things. This is status, first of all. Knight of Cups is the final card. So it's just something where he can say, look, I built school, I blah, blah, blah. But it starts with the world and the emperor. And these two would give me like foreign influence. But this is not foreign influence as in like the head of Texaco. This is like the heads of state type of thing to where you can hide agendas of some kind. And it's I don't know what kind of channels this school would have. Keep in mind the orange one had a school too, and so just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah, the
here is the 10 of Cups. So this would be all of your people there, the Ace of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. This is not about education, which is why, because I don't get my Page of Pentacles, which is your students. It feels like it's for something else. And I hate to almost say that because just because you don't like them, everything is not going to be so bad. But at the same time, I don't get the feeling that this is this is not for the betterment of people, of students, of the country. This is to hide something. It started with the emperor and the world, not with kids at all. There are no pages in here. There's no 6 of Cups in here. It's people that have status. He's trying to attract something from them, and I don't know what the world he would hide in a school, but that's what I think.
It's interesting. I don't have children either. No pages.
I don't have pages either. I do have that he is trying to appeal to the mothers to get children to come in there and offer and incentives. But they're there to work on something very specific and maybe to defend families or something. And it's almost military-like, you know?
It's on the bottom. Do the bidding of the master.
Yeah. And patrol. And yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's creepy. It's getting creepier. This guy's getting creepier, you know? Almost as creepy as his trucks.
This is something he has definitely thought about, and it's very guarded. It's mysterious. It's a way of him expressing his power and control over people. This may grow. Like he may try to build more, like a whole network of schools. But I'm getting caution. There's nefarious things going on with this whole thing. It may also be to try to isolate people or isolate families and get them to see things differently, like see it the way I see it as Elon Musk, and to trap them. So it's almost cult-like what I'm getting. So it's kind of like his compound.
Yeah. Yeah. Compound, school, and military-ish.
So Trump's been going after Panama and wanting the Panama Canal back. I understand that. I get that. He owes them a lot of taxes. He sold his hotel in Panama, and the guy that bought it from him inherited the tax debt with it. And so now there's this whole legal case, and it's kind of like Trump's way of trying to make his legal tax evasion thing, because there's 12.5% interest they have to pay to Panama for hotels. You know, when you rent a room in a hotel, there's all these charges on top of it. 12.5% of that charge is supposed to go back to Panama. His company didn't pay anything back to Panama. So he is way in debt on tax evasion in Panama. So I get why he's saying, oh, I'll just take the Panama Canal back because you won't make my lawsuit go away. But why is he fixated on Greenland? He doesn't have any property in Greenland. This came up during his presidency, and he is so fixated on wanting Greenland. Like, oh, we need Greenland. We're just going to take it, you know. Greenland's like, no.
Do you get Johnny?
It's to move something through there. Like it's the perfect route, or there is maybe even something underneath that they want, but it seems like it's the perfect route. The 10 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. Now, this is not coming from him. I doubt he even knows how to spell Greenland if you spotted him all the vowels. But there's something with the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Wands to where they would like to move something through there or from there, but it's either impossible at the moment. The 6 of Swords, the transition, and the Ace of Swords, that's where they would get their victory from if they had this. The 3 of Pentacles and the Devil, this is one of those collaborations that has all the nefarious notes to it. And so this is not, we want to buy Greenland because we like the word Greenland. This is something, this is nefarious. This the devil doesn't lie, it pops up for a reason, I always say. 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Right now they can't do anything and they have to accept that. But if things were to change, then their plans could go forward.
Do you get any foreign leaders involved in that, Johnny?
I get governments with the Hierophant. Yes.
Okay. I'm getting foreign leaders involved in that too. What you getting, Lori?
Yeah, I get that there could be a pathway, and there's definitely something there that Putin wants, and Putin wants it yesterday. He wants it yesterday. He wants him to push and get it and make it happen.
Yeah, he's definitely sharing it with foreign leaders. What I'm getting, and it's something of the earth. Energy, some kind of energy thing going on there. So whether he wants to run a pipeline through there or they have oil or gas or something, it's energy related. He's not going to get it. You know, they're not going to accept his offers, but he's going to keep fighting for it.
Yeah.
Lori, tell us a little bit, because I was watching your video from yesterday, and if y'all haven't watched it, go watch your video from yesterday, and this will make more sense. And you were talking about needing to watch The Godfather, the first one, last night, because you felt like there was a message in it for you. Tell us a little bit about what happened, and why that came up, and then did you watch The Godfather, and did you get any messages from it?
I did, and yes. And the first thing I heard was about, and I didn't know that you had already done a video on this. Some of your very loyal followers told me in the comments yesterday that you had already channeled Marjorie Merriweather post. But when I came to meet both of you up in Portland, there was this oddity shop there, and Johnny had got all of us tickets to go into the museum part, the underground museum part with all the spooky dooky stuff. And there was a bunch of collector stuff from C.W. Post, the guy that made the cereal. And then his daughter, who wasn't really fond of him, ended up that
Hearing everything, yeah.
And a couple of mornings ago, so we had all that happen. I was reading the CW stuff. And then a couple mornings ago, I woke up thinking, I got to look up who is the original owner of Mar-a-Lago. Like, just woke up like, I have to go look that up. And then when I started reading about her, then I was like, oh, that's why I was looking at all that stuff that had to do with her dad in the Skeleton Key in Portland. So it was the Skeleton Key, all the stuff about her dad. Then me waking up a few days ago thinking I have to figure out who's haunting Mar-a-Lago and who the original owner was. And so that all went like popcorn in my head. And then I woke up, day before? I can't believe that was just yesterday that I did that. And I woke up 2 mornings ago and thought, I have to watch The Godfather. I've never watched The Godfather before. I've never had a desire to watch The Godfather. That's not my thing. And then they were like, my guides and angels, like, when you keep getting that nudge, so I got to watch The Godfather. So last night, when I got done with everything, I watched The Godfather because I felt that all of these things were going to line up. And I felt that if I watched the movie, I would get a clue that something would hit. And it did. So when I was watching it, actress Diane Keaton, who plays Kay Adams, was telling Michael Corleone, which is, what's his face? Al Pacino, right? That's what you said. Kay Adams, Diane Keaton tells Michael Corleone when he says that he's going to be a senator or something like that, and she tells him that presidents and senators don't have men killed. She's like, you're so naive. You're so naive. Presidents and senators don't ever have men killed. And then what came to my mind right after I saw that part, I couldn't even write it down fast enough, was the person that was on the roof. The 20-year-old man that was on the roof.
In the fake assassination attempt.
Yes, in the ear incident.
Mm-hmm. As well as Jeffrey Mr. Epps.
Mr. Epps.
In prison.
And dear Ivana.
And Ivana down the stairs.
And let's just escort her over here and burn her up and then bury her on the golf course. No problem.
For a tax break.
And let's do it in 2 days.
Yep.
Let's do it in 2 days.
Can I back up a second and tell the story of Mar-a-Lago? Because I channeled her and I did a lot of research about how Trump got Mar-a-Lago, because they're bringing up stuff in the chat. So Marjorie had it. She left it to the government to use for a Southern White House retreat or whatever to the U.S. government. The government, she passed away in the 1970s. She had been married 4 times. One of her husbands was E.F. Hutton. So if you remember the commercials, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. That was one of her husbands. Dina Merrill was one of her children, the actress. She left she left it to her daughters to give to the government. The government couldn't afford it, so they gave it back to the 2 daughters. And they had it on the market for $21 million. And Trump bought the strip of land in front of it on the ocean side and threatened to build a high rise. And he got them to sell it to him for $8 million. He ripped them off because he was going to build this big high rise in front of it and ruin the views. So he got it by nefarious means.
Right. And then before I watched The Godfather, when I was told to do that, and I heard about the Mar-a-Lago thing, then Rachel Maddow had on her Monday night show about how Marjorie Merriweather's Post's husband at that time, when she created Mar-a-Lago, his last name was Davies. Yeah. And he had the family crest created, logged in through the royal establishment, however you do that. And it was put into the fireplace and on everything. And at the bottom, I think it was
above the doorway, like the entrance.
Yeah. And on the big fireplace, like emblazoned in it, right? Mm-hmm. And at the bottom of it, it said integritus. And he had the word integrity removed and put Trump on there. And it's on everything. He even stole the crest.
Yes, the family crest that the Trump name is not attached to.
And then it's like, of course she's hunting him. No wonder he can never sleep at Mar-a-Lago. He never sleeps there. She's hunting him. Can you even imagine? I got
that she haunts him in Mar-a-Lago.
Can you even imagine? He can't.
He's so stupid. He doesn't always get it, though, that he's being haunted.
No, but she pokes him because I kept getting the Ace of Swords. She literally pokes him, needles and pins and pokes.
Small dogs was what I got when I channeled her, and I validated that later that she always had dogs. And I get that she gets the dogs to jump on his bed all the time because he hates animals.
I love it. And so just one thing just kept from the skeleton key, the CW post, and then coming home and then waking up and thinking I gotta, just in this last week, I gotta figure out who the creator, the owner was, and then finding out who it was, and then Rachel Maddow does the thing on the crest, and then I'm hearing, oh my God, I've got to watch Godfather, and then I get the line out of that, and I knew it was a line as soon as it was like 3/4 of the way through the movie, and I knew it was right away. Oh, don't be silly. Presidents and senators don't have men killed.
I've lost my little mushroom, Johnny. I was going to say that should be
That should be the family crest.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, this should be on his family crest.
So I wonder when exactly he felt like was it after meeting Pootie? When did he start feeling like it was okay to go ahead and do that?
Take the crest, steal the crest?
No, to go ahead and off or unalive.
I think there may be several people unalived around him that he's instigated.
Do we think that this is going to be? Is it going to be? Because we're always thinking, oh, it's going to be Russia, or for entertainment purposes only, it's going to be the Alfie Oakes and the Poly Market guy and everything. But what happens if somebody actually tells? That the ear incident was just that, a planned ear incident? And where's the parents of this 20-year-old? Where are they?
I had thrown Lenormand cards off camera with Becca on what the guy does intelligence, like the FBI believed that his assassination attempt was legitimate or staged, and I was getting they're very suspicious of it.
So and the other thing that really got me at the end was the weirdo that married the daughter. Remember how the daughter gets married in the first one, and at the end he's taken out because
in the
he's no good, and the betrayal. And I'm like, okay, well, who's the clown like that with the hair, with the pump and I'm thinking, guys, that could be Matt Gaetz. Right? With
Hear that, or and the daughter to Trump, who's her husband.
Right. I'm like, oh my God. And then the only other thing what?
Matt Gaetz met his wife, Ginger Lucky, who he married in 21 after all the allegations of underage, his little pedophilia thing and rape charges was coming out. He marries Ginger Lucky in 2021, and he met her at Mar-a-Lago at an event.
Yeah, I just feel somebody is going to get careless, and they're. I feel like that's next.
It shows in I think it's the Elon Musk grand tableau that Becca did on Elon. It shows that he knows what's in the coffin, meaning the book that's in the coffin, the secret, the book that went missing that has all the national security stuff in it.
Oh, yes.
He knows what's in the coffin where a woman is planted.
Wow. Do you think this is all coming out? Like in the next few months? Can we ask, is it just going to be like an explosive information train?
Will anything come out about anyone who was unalived at Trump's order?
Okay. All right, let's ask it. I got to let my cat in real fast.
Why is it always money with this guy?
It's money with any of them.
It's like a paid hit job.
Strength card popped out, came flying out of the deck. So does someone try to muzzle it? It's going to come out.
Yeah, it's a Pentacles on the bottom. It's a paid for to someone in his circle. I don't know that it's going to come out.
It is or is not?
I'm not, well, sort of truth crowning the reading. So the truth may come out, and it's connected to Trump. So it's a paid hit. Don't go in there. Do it fast. Do it quick. A surprise hit.
Johnny, what have you got?
No, I get the death card, the 7 of Cups. So they're around the changes, the permanent changes. There is confusion, and then there's the 2 of Swords. So somebody knows, of course, but somebody also has a vested interest in keeping this information silent, and it's not just him. However, with the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles, for those with yards, you ever had a squirrel bury something in your yard and you found out only because something started growing and you didn't plant it? And then you figured, oh, some animal must have put it there.
My hickory nut that drop on the driveway I find in the planters and everywhere else. When I go to plant my spring flowers, it's full of hickory nuts.
The 7 of Pentacles is planting a seed and then reaping the harvest, but you have to wait. So I think at some point, and this may even be after the orange one is decomposed, but there is some point to where the information will surface whether you want it to or not. Because someone, the 8 of Cups, will abandon such a mission of trying to keep it under wraps the whole time. And they may not even, it may not even be their choice. They could hire a prostitute who goes through their files and then throws it out. It's something so benign and thing you wouldn't ever think this would happen. It can happen just like that, but it will come out eventually because it has to. The 7 of Pentacles will reap whatever it was sown. It will show its fruit eventually. So I don't think it's going to come out no time soon, but it is going to come out eventually because it has to. Everything planted grows.
I kind of get the same thing, like they try to restrict it for now. Need to know basis. But like his family's involved in it, and people close to the family, and maybe a family member like Ivana, but they're hanging on to it very close to their chest. I think eventually we'll return to this subject with strength. So that tells me eventually it may come out, but it's going to grow out of something else. Again, the hickory nuts in the planter, right, Johnny? Mm-hmm. It's going to grow out some other investigation.
Yeah, I get that too. It's like with the Temperance card. Well, first I get that, someone's being paid to shut, to Ache Aufme. And then it gets melded into along with something else, right? Because the Temperance is making a compound out of 2 elements. And then I really feel very strongly that somebody that has already moved, by the time this happens, somebody will have already moved out of the country. Like, so they don't feel like they're within striking range. Like it's somebody that distances themselves to a far away place or something. And then that is not exiled, sent away, hurt. It's someone I'm not even And then they just let it out, and they're working on how they're going to release it. But it takes some time. It takes some time.
It's going to grow out of some other investigation. Yeah. Well, let's see. To close with, let's look at Matt Gaetz. Johnie did a great video. Was it yesterday, Johnie, on Matt Gaetz, or day before?
I saw it.
Yes.
Pharaoh's Apprentice, for those that haven't subscribed to Johnny's channel. That was really interesting, but I kind of wanted to look at just isolated. Is he going to have legal woes? Like, is DOJ, now that the report's been released, is DOJ now going to be sort of forced into going after him, because now it's like common knowledge that he worked with Greenberg? $90,000 just in the receipts that they were able to get. And they said there was a lot of money that they couldn't validate because he gave cash to Greenberg. And then Greenberg would pay them. Thank you, Judy. So $90,000 in 2017, 18, and 19. That's $30,000 a year he paid for sex and drugs and rock and roll. $30,000 a year. Known. So you know that number is probably double that, because there was a lot of ways he hid his payments. That's a so these women, it was $400 to $500 a event. a coupling for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. So $30,000, that's like, I don't know, over 10,000 times a year. The guy has a sex addiction.
Go ahead, Johnnie.
Nothing.
Wow, Johnny's speechless.
He just doesn't strike me as he did it 10,000 times type of thing. He seems like he would literally pay you $500 to watch you sniff his socks or something stupid and fetishistic like that. Like he has a thing. Everybody's got a thing. Okay, fine, but he's got a weird thing.
He did pay for some other people. It came out that to partake.
He's passing out gifts. Like, here, you have one too. Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank you, Selma, including
they never gave you nothing.
Including the underage one. He gifted her to somebody.
The 17-year-old that he paid the thousands of dollars for.
That just finished her junior year in high school.
So
the actual question is, will DIG feel compelled now that the report
now,
is out?
like, will Matt Gaetz have some legal ramifications now that it's very public knowledge how much, a part of how much he spent? And all his little pictures he shared on the house floor with his co-workers. Little Moses Mike Johnson covering up for him. Little Christian, far right winger covering up for this piece of crap.
It's always them.
It's always
Christian.
Don't know the first thing about Christianity, but it's always them.
Elf on a shelf. Little Spike.
He may have been one of the ones that was paid to watch.
Oh, I wonder if his son caught him.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I think we've all really gotten a sad awakening to the DOJ just not. I mean, Chris Wray, Merrick Garland, DOJ. It's like, WTF, really? I mean, where are you? What's going on?
WTF.
What is this?
Legal woes. Yes. I think it's complete life devastation, if you ask me. It starts with the Page of Cups and the Three of Cups. So that's youthful energy, and then the parties and celebrations and things of that nature. This is the drinking card for me and all that. So this all, because you can't ignore it now, right? They kept trying to say there's nothing to see here, but you can't ignore it now. There's your party hardy. The Eight of Wands and the World card, there is talks about him trying to maybe bow out gracefully, that type of thing. It ends in the Death card and the Ten of Swords. This is my combination for an actual tickets to the park type thing, but I don't think that's going to happen to him necessarily. But there is complete life devastation. This is change, not always bad, not always good, just change, but this makes it bad. Now, it can't hurt no worse, but this makes it bad.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jen, because I had to pick up and ask the question again.
Yeah, there's the younger people, and there were people watching. This may take a little time. Trump's over here in his past now. He's like done politically, and the fact that he took some out of the country, it's already being talked about. Should we move forward on this? I think they will move forward. It's a little bit of a risky journey, but I do feel like they'll move forward. There may even be some like a class action lawsuit with some of the women. They said there were some women who were not cooperating because they were afraid. They feared for their lives. Wonder why. Going back to Lori's Godfather dream, right? Not all the women would talk and cooperate, but I do get legally there'll be a return to this justice going after him. And I think there's a whole ring of them. I think there's a whole bunch of little party people that are going to get wrapped up in this. He's got friends. Good.
Yeah, he's got friends like Joel Greenberg already in jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's wondering why, after all the information I gave you, why didn't you go forward? Now, do you believe me? Do you believe me now? Yeah. He better lawyer up. He's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Better lawyer. Better get it. CYA. Or all your A's.
So, do y'all have any other questions you wanted to look at today?
Can we end with the Christmas message for everyone?
Yeah, after all that smut and gross. let's give you a little channel message right now. Christmas marriage.
I want to know if Lara Trump's going to be speaker.
Well, she withdrew from that Senate position.
Yeah, because the sanctimonious didn't choose her.
Yeah.
No, let's. I'm teasing. We'll go for Johnny's. Go for Johnny's. Christmas
Johnny's.
Christmas message from our angels and guides. The biggest gift of wisdom they can give us.
They don't want Lara. The Republicans don't want her. They'll fight that. She's probably not into sex parties enough.
I don't know. Did you see her humping the speakers and her booty shot on the speakers? Never mind.
Well, she may need variety. I mean, look who she gets to sleep with every day.
I eat these.
Oh, Lord.
You want to roll over and see them gums staring at you. Like sleeping with Mr. Ed. She wish, I guess.
Well, they called her horse face, so Sleepy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, bless her heart, Jesus.
Mother-in-law called you horse face.
Okay, that's just not.
Oh, don't they make glue out of horses?
There's a great horse head scene in The Godfather.
I just was thinking that. That's so
Yeah.
sick. I just couldn't even bring it up. I was like, no.
That's the hardest scene to watch in the whole
Oh,
movie.
because I was like this, and nobody warned me. Okay.
Hate to tell you, Lori, you may need to watch The Godfather Part 2 because
It's
Michael.
already up and queued up, ready to go. After I wash my face and brush my teeth, it's queued up in the room.
It's
already
I feel like you're going to get more messages out of
I
it.
knew I didn't get it all. Yeah. But that boy, did that hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like, okay, who did they off and which senators am I supposed to keep my eye on? Because Voldemort didn't get in and they all wanted Voldemort in, right? Leon and Trump, they all wanted Rick Scott in and he didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
He's mad. He's really mad. And remember when he would just like, anytime Mitch McConnell was speaking, Voldemort was like right here. Like he was like photobombing every single time. I'm not exaggerating. Every single time. He was like a Death Eater. I thought he was going to suck McConnell's soul right out of his turtle shell.
He had one.
What's the word, Pastor Johnie?
Fear is a motivator for some, but it is never a necessary component of life. You do not need fear. You can have reverence for something. If you see a snake, don't walk towards it. You don't have to be afraid of it, but give it its space. It's probably afraid of you too. You do not need fear for motivation. We know what we're facing right now. We know what's going on right now. We know what the talk of the town is right now. Fearing what's to come does not stop it from coming. Fearing what's to come does not solve anything. This is not something that you need to keep in your heart, in your spirit 24/7. The rest of the world still has to go on no matter what happens next year. You can still hope for the best, prepare for the worst, as they say, but do not fear anything, because that does not change anything. You can strategize, take care of yourself and those who are willing to let you help. Everything else does not matter. I say it again and again and again. Fear is not a necessary component of your life.
Thank you, Irma. And thank you, Johnie.
Yes, thank you, Johnie. And I like that. Rossi just said, remember the senators that went to Russia on July 4th that year ago? I have to look up exactly which one. Jill Stein was there too.
So what's his name in Kentucky, Rand Paul, that hand delivered a letter for Trump to Putin.
So, Johnie, I got your 9 of Swords, and I'll raise you up a 5 of Pentacles.
Oh, that was on the bottom.
Oh, okay. All right. And so they're just saying, you know, we're mad. We're mad. We're hangry. We're disappointed. We're upset. We're like, what WTF? Like we're you know, what is going on here? What kind of S show is this? And where's the anything, right? Rise up. Where's the anything? And then it feels like a loss of faith and a loss of hope and faith. But and hope, the stars all the way down at the bottom. And it's like you can't, because you cannot go into this. This will not help you. There are secrets that are going to come out suddenly. They're going to come out. They're going to come swiftly like arrows from the camp. And so just buckle up, Buttercup. It's coming. Stay hopeful. Pray often. Stay hopeful, because the Calvary is coming.
Thank you, Lori. I hold on to the spirit of Christmas year round, and you don't have to be Christian to understand when we talk about the spirit of Christmas. Me with the Christmas tree up year round. Hang on to the spirit of Christmas year round. It seems to be the time of year that people are the kindest to each other. So hang on to that spirit of Christmas year round. As you're moving forward in this journey of life, and know that things are already given to you. If you're trying to manifest something, say it as if it's already here, as if it's already given to you, because your wishes are already granted at the root of this. Everything else is just illusion. Your family, if you're grieving departed loved ones, your family, your ancestors, your guides, they're with you all the time, watching over you, returning to them. This journey is mysterious. We don't always know where we're going, and that's just a part of it. What are you learning? How are you growing? What are you sharing with other people? So, kind of loosen the constraints in the mind. It's like if you're feeling shut out or destitute or a little lost, take a baby step. Take a baby step towards something.
And do not get so fixated on your own plight that you walk past your blessing. Mm-hmm. You don't need to know everything. If you knew everything, faith would be useless. So keep in mind, have a little faith. You'll be all right. You have survived worse, I guarantee you. We shall survive again.
Yeah, we gotta hold to our faith.
Kamala Harris, 47.
Yeah, and then when it happens, it's just going to happen so quickly. We're going to be like, "Damn, did you see that? Whoa, did you hear that?"
Yeah, it's all just illusion. Focus on what's real. What's real is what's in here, what resonates with you. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah again to everybody. Lori, thank you, and Johnie for joining me today on Christmas. I always like to go live on Christmas. Meant to go live on New Year's or on Thanksgiving, and I couldn't get motivated.
She invited me too. I'm like, I just woke up. Yeah, me too. We went back to sleep too. Just one night. But couldn't pull it together.
Thank you all. And, if you're spending the holidays alone like me, I go nowhere on Christmas. I don't want to get out. I want to be in jammies all day. It's a day of rest. Watch a good movie. No, you're not alone. You got a whole bunch of people on the other side watching movies with you. See everybody Sunday night. Lori's tomorrow on Denise Knight's channel. And tomorrow on
Yep. 11:11 Pacific, 2:11 Eastern.
And I'll be on Black and Orange tomorrow. Bye, everybody.